Vlandis, quick question. It's probably a little bit late, but do you reckon like halfway through the season I could you get a renege on the decision I made? Like, do you reckon a player can backflip halfway through a season? Mate, he doesn't want to come back. But we need him. What do you mean? He has to come back. Mate, it's too late. It's too late. Reynolds. Where is that man? My goodness, bunnies. What have you done? Firstly, just stop crying. Probably see my eyes. Warriors just won, guys. We'll be able to take the jumper off soon. But for now, we're going to bask in the glory. 4 championships in 8 years for anyone following along. And for all those guys in the live last night, spouting go the Celtics. Stuff is. We won. But yeah. All right, let's get in this game. 32 zip at halftime. I hope you all enjoyed the thumbnail. We got George on full time now to do the thumbnails, hopefully. And thankfully, we have some new picks as well. So I hope you enjoy those along the way. But 32 zip at halftime and just a really poor display by the Bunnies. We had a tough night from Lockie Ilias as well. But overall, the Bunnies, they're in a lot of strife, aren't they? Like, they played a couple of decent games the last few, and this is just for the Dragons to play that poorly last week against the Cowboys, and the Cowboys really just to dominate them the whole game, to come out and do this. I can't believe we had the Dogs in the last game of round 14, and then the Dragons to come out and do this. It's just incredible, and again shows how much they're missing Reynolds, and how Walker doesn't look great without him. There's some teams, there's some players that just work better in tandem with a perfect complement, and Reynolds is the perfect complement to Walker. He's not a player that's going to control the game. He works off instinct and dominance when they get nice direction, and that's what Reynolds does. So anyway, enough about that. But can he do the DCE backflip? I don't think he'd want to though. He got the Broncos in 4th now. Happy days for him. All right, basically the only reason the Bunnies had any chance of a comeback in the second half was Cook and Murray, the 2 best players by far. And Cook is dominant again. If you don't own him, you just obviously missed out. If you started with him, you're really in a good position. You'd be in the top 1,000 at minimum, and really pushing for higher honours. So Cookie with the try and the try assist, 50 tackles and 0 misses, and Cam Murray only the 2 misses. So 82 tackles between them. For only the 2 misses is incredible from 2 guys that are absolute superstars in this game, and to go along with someone like Koloamatangi, who's an up-and-coming star as well. They have plenty of talent, they just don't have the direction, unfortunately, and that's where they missed out. And if we're talking just on fantasy terms, these 3 guys are all going to be pretty close to great options. Obviously, a higher game from Koloamatangi this game, this round, when he was about a 46 average guy. But Cook and Murray are going to be must-haves. You could have picked up Murray this week. He's obviously pretty expensive. He won't go too much further than about 850k. But overall, they're 2 guys you want to be picking up. Laurie, Nichols both had solid games as well. But Cody Ramsey, the 54, was pretty well expected when you're up 32 zip at the half. He just had the 1 try, which was a nice finish, but pretty average defense, to be fair. Just the 1 negative in terms of the error. But other than that, a great game. And if you picked him up, you're going to be making some cash, and a really good pickup for those that did. Owned by 7% now. So we spoke about him as being a buy 2 weeks ago. Him, Ezra Mam, these types of guys. So Ramsey's done the job here, and if they can continue to do all right, then he should score well also. DeBellin with a nice try, and really tried his hardest in that first half and did a great job. Silva Havili with the big effort, really. 1 missed tackle, 34 made, and the 109 metres with the 3 tackle breaks. He had a great game in his 39 minutes. Plenty of production for him, and really helped out those Bunnies. If you decide to pick him up, you've made a little bit of money last week, and you'll make a decent amount more this week. So well done with that one. I just didn't have the balls to be able to do it. He's scored. We'll probably score pretty similar in average to what Reed's done, and you'll make some cash out of it as well. So good stuff there. Benny Hunt, a try and 2 try assists, and still only 49. It's a bit annoying. It's funny how many tackles he makes during Origin, and then obviously defending a little bit wider. But thankfully, this time for him was only the 1 missed tackle. But he's usually around that 10 to 15 tackles and like 4 or 5 misses. So strange that he's not making as many as you'd expect other halves to do. The gun halves at the moment are averaging over 20 tackles. You look at Cleary's even Munsters and these types of guys, they're making that 20-25 tackles. You look at Dylan Brown, plenty of guys that are doing that and working really hard. Nikorima there, Seago ended up moving to half when they dropped Ilias, so when they punted him and Taff came on. So Nikorima obviously a decent score. Not someone I think we should look to pick up, as we don't know what his role is going to be going forward. They've got Latrell coming back soon. Jai Arrow, the 44, probably not his best outing, but to be expected in this type of game. The couple of errors, a missed tackle and also a penalty for him. We're looking for close to 50 at an average for Arrow, obviously priced around this scoreline, but you're looking for a little bit more. But really, the ultimate goal here is that he doesn't play Origin. You can keep him for 17 and move on from there. Amone had the sin bin, which was a little bit annoying because he actually had a nice game, sliced through the gap there and got a nice try assist and did a good job. So if you own him, you get a little bump there. So well done. If you're owning Walker, I just don't see, I was kind of at this point going, just hold all the way through 17 and go from there. The 39 is not the worst thing in the world, but he needs to be a lot better than what he has. Only kicking the ball 99 meters as well. I think he needs to take a little bit more control. Yes, it's not exactly his game, but he might have to develop this year a little bit more into a player like that can actually really control the game as well as play on instincts. You see Thurston, obviously he's one of the greats to ever play, but a lot of people put Walker in not that category exactly, but a closer category, whereas he's one of the superstars of this game right now and has been for the last 10 years. So I think Walker, it's probably time for him to expand a little bit on that. Lomax and Sully there with 39, both solid. And then if we go down, a few people talking about Johnson, and obviously if the Bunnies are a superstar, playing in superstar category, then he's going to be fine. He's going to get a lot of tries like he did last year. But they just had that few decent games in a row against some lesser opponents as to why he got a bunch of tries there. So just don't look to him to be a superstar this year, just with how they're playing. And Campbell Graham, obviously not his best game. Few 3 errors, a couple of penalties, a few missed tackles. So yeah, I suppose Fittler might have been right, but there's not as much you can do, to be fair, as a centre in a really well beaten side. Obviously you can defend well, and he tried his ass off, but it didn't exactly translate, unfortunately. And then you have Paulo and Milne with 7 and 11, and Taff with 17. So overall, not a great setup. We had Lockie Ilias for the 3 missed tackles, the 1 error off the kickoff, and the 1 penalty. No running of the footy and 76 kick meters. So definitely not a great game for Ilias, and he's going to drop a bunch of cash for us now. So for those that own him, we will see about a 30, 40, 50k drop, I'd say, with the -3s. Break-even wasn't too high, but yeah, not ideal. And we're probably going to have to sell him. If he gets named again, we could look to potentially hold, but that -3 just means a bunch of price drops in a row, because I can't see him catching up and scoring a 50 or 60. There you go. That's the Thursday night game, guys. Yeah, not too much exciting here. I actually put a bet on the Bunnies. Or I had Graham to score and Bunnies to score 20 points, and couldn't even get that anywhere near that. So that was that game. Hope you enjoyed that, guys. If you're enjoying all the videos and the skits and what's happening here, please hit a like on that video, share it to your friends, or hit subscribe. I'd appreciate that, and we'll catch you in those Friday videos. See you later, guys.